Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to Matt Chat. Well, someone left a comment on one of my previous videos and now your question is about to get answered. You wanted me to talk a little bit more about Escape from Dagu. I had talked, I think it was last month, I did a Matt Chat video about, am I going to find new EU, new to me in 2019? Well, I already answered that question right off the bat. Someone directed me to something that I didn't know about. So it was an unpublished Star Wars Adventure Journal short that I just didn't know about. And that was really cool. I was really happy to see it. And hey, keeping the streak alive, baby, for 2019. But there is one unpublished EU novel that I will probably never read. None of us will. It is Escape from Dagu by William C. Ditz. Now this one's basically focusing around Shaak Ti, around the Clone Wars era. I mentioned this when I talked about Dark Rendezvous because of my Dark Rendezvous review. That's a tongue twister. I had mentioned that they chose that book over the finished, completed cover art and announced release date even of Escape from Dagu. That was supposed to be the novel, but when they found out that George Lucas gave the okay for a Yoda story, man, they hightailed it because they wanted a Yoda story for years, but Yoda's been off limits. But they said, we won't go into his past. We'll just do a Yoda story about him in the Clone Wars. And George went, okay, fine. They went, oh, we got a yes. And so, unfortunately, that sunk Escape from Dagu because every publisher can only publish X amount of books. And so instead of bringing it out the next year, they just went ahead and shelved it indefinitely. Now, I've talked to Beal. Yes, I get to call him Beal. He said I could. And he's a really nice guy and a really honest and upfront guy. He has the complete story. He has it. He has it, but he can't share it because legally, he signed a contract, and so he sold it to Lucasfilm. I mean, he got paid for this, full price too, and they didn't publish it. Well, just because they don't publish it means he can just share it to the world. Now, it depends on the contract, because one of the things I've talked to him about is on his contract now, I've only done one book, and it was like an essay, right? So I am not the expert here. But on my contract, it stated that if they didn't release it in 3 years, then I was free to release it on my own. Meaning they owned it, and if they didn't release it, then the rights would revert back to me. Now, from my understanding, I think that is a standard contract. And from what I've heard from a few other authors I've talked to, authors don't really talk about their contracts. Oh, who knew, right? But from what I've talked from a few authors, yes, that was the case. That kind of stuff does happen. It's very common. So politely he declined. Politely he declined, folks. And I'm not asking anyone to badger Mr. Dietz about that. Leave the man be. He's a really awesome guy, though. Really awesome guy. Really super guy to talk to. Really friendly guy. And you know what? If he doesn't feel like he should release it, I totally understand. Because what if there is something in the contract and Lucasfilm turns around and goes, we're going to sue the pants off you because we paid you for that and you released it anyway. I totally understand where he's coming from, even though, check your contract, Bill, I bet you can do it. And who would care, right? Who cares about a non-canon story anymore? I would love to read it, though. I bet it is amazing. Anyway, do you have a question for a Matt Chat? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll answer it just like I answered the one here today. See you later.